trillions could flow through cryptos. But which cryptos? What blockchains is that to be? Happy New Year to you all. And really, for this year, my pledge is to try and go to the gym, or at least work out even more. Try and deliver you more and more videos each week. I'm going to plan on trying to deliver in you at least 1 or 2 or even 3 videos this week, maybe a couple of shorts. But you can catch me out on Twitter as well. That's Zioncoins at Zioncoins. Zioncoins at Zioncoins. Zioncoins.x, x.com even. And really, this year, I want to focus on what's happening in the news. I want to be covering with you more on Stellar Zig3, our new app. This is what we're going to be looking at this year, and implementing new features like AMM, swap, and perhaps even the DEX functionality. And really, it is beta, so don't forget, it will be glitchy at times. It might be down, and that's because we'll be testing or we'll be adding new features. And really, we want to try and get this web app as stable as possible, so that you guys can use the AMM functions, or you could use the Sep24 flows, encrypt your keys, store them on your mobile device, and that's what Zig3's really about. That's what we won an award for, right? But on my channel today, and for the rest of the year, my focus is going to be more on the news, what's happening in the news today. And we can look at Zioncoins.net to see exactly what's going on in the news, and to see those 5,000 cryptocurrencies listed on that site. So, before anything, let's just have a real quick recap as to what's happened in the news as of last year. So we really need to go back. Hong Kong court had recognized crypto as property. It's back in May 2023, and then we had in August Evergrande filed for bankruptcy, the 81 billion debt, and that was on the 18th of August last year. And then we had, let's go, July, yes, Judge Netburn and Torres in the Ripple versus SEC case ruled pretty much that XRP is not a security. Hadn't done much for price, but at least being in an asset class, you can feel more secure, because that was a massive stigma, especially for institutions. And speaking of institutions, we have that multi-trillion-dollar firm BlackRock filed for a spot ETF along with Vanguard, Wisdom Tree, Franklin Templeton, so many of them, right? But that was on June the 13th, 2023. And Larry Fink stated that, he thinks that Bitcoin's like digital gold. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, and that it's an international asset class. Well, all asset classes are international, surely, aren't they? In any case, in July, Chinese yuan overtaking the US dollar for the first time ever as the most used currency in China's cross-border transactions. And really, it's given us an idea as to what's happening in terms of the reserve currency. The status of the US dollar is, unfortunately, depleting. We have these BRICS nations, and they're stepping in. And really, you have Russia looking to use the yuan instead of the US dollar to settle trades, maybe part of that BRICS nations pledge. And you may see other nations doing exactly the same thing. Jerome Powell says crypto appears to have staying power as an asset class. And then obviously we have Saudi Arabia entering a trade alliance with China, Russia, India, South Africa, and that was recently, actually, just on the 2nd, and I believe they signed. And then they had four other nations, Pakistan, and 4 others from the Asian nations, obviously stepping away from the US dollar, potentially joining that asset class. And then we have a new president of Argentina who plans to use the US dollar and get rid of the central banks and actually use, he's actually a Bitcoin pro guy, so that could be good for the Argentinians. But will Bitcoin work as an actual currency for a nation? It's a question to ask. Transactions are slow. Perhaps some other solutions could be used, like Stellar, to wrap the asset and send it cross-border if necessary, settling in less than 4 seconds. The SEC dropped the lawsuit against executives in October. So that was Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse. So the SEC decided that it wasn't worth pursuing. We had Grayscale won against the SEC in August 2023, August 29th, right? Coinbase sued the SEC seeking regulatory clarity for the crypto industry, and that was on 25th of April 2023. And really, so much news has been out last year that's been affecting the trend, because that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to identify where the trend is going. And you know, one of those things is JP Morgan flip-flopping with making silly statements about, you know, Bitcoin's transactions are preliminarily used for criminals or used by criminals, coming from a criminal itself. But really, JP Morgan was named as an authorized participant for the BlackRock ETF, and that was last month, December 2023, 29th. And the UK plans to establish new digital asset legislation to make the country a crypto hub. And last year really was about a speculative infrastructure year. It was more about speculation than, you know, actual value, realism, real. I mean, all stocks are speculative, yeah? We place our bets in the hope that they're going to go up or down if you're short in the stock. But with crypto assets, it's a new asset class. And really, that means that if you're in early enough and you believe in it and other people believe in it, it can only be worth more and more. And really, 2024, to kick off the year, we had Galaxy Digital CEOs saying big things are coming in regards to the ETFs, and we know Barry Silbert stepped down from Grayscale. And Stellar news. What was completed? 18th of December. Testnet successfully upgraded and reset, and that was for Protocol 20. And that's a Saraban implementation, and they'll be using JavaScript SDK or any other SDK. Really, you need to update that because it's only a matter of time before your apps will crash. So with us, we need to do our update. And really, the 19th of December, Protocol 20, the new version of Stellar's Core Horizon, implemented the Saraban RPC, and the Stellar SDK was released. So that's our recap. What do we have in terms of what's coming in the future? What are we looking at in terms of the current news? Bitcoin rebounds above 44k as spot Bitcoin ETF approval looks increasingly likely. And we know that Gary Gensler is giving some pushback. He's looking a bit negative. This may or may not happen. And we know that a couple of days ago we had a bit of a flash crash. Well, it's more likely that these were liquidations coming in from the exchanges, and it's a regular thing in crypto. It's a regular thing in anything, you know. Exchanges automatically liquidate assets when it comes to those contractual agreements, the end of those agreements, and wherever it is, wherever the market is, whether it's high or low, they liquidate and they have to make money that way, right? spread betting, margin calling, whatever you want to call it, okay? We don't really do that here. We won't really do a collateralized app or anything like that. It's really just about trading your digital assets for what they are with the value that it is. There's no 10x here, 10x there. We're in crypto. We should be able to get those moves if you're patient enough, right? But moving on, more news today. Crypto investment products saw 2.2 billion of inflows in 2023, and that's coin shares. South Korea regulator seeks ban on crypto purchases with credit cards. So the Financial Services Commission cited concerns about illegal outflows of domestic funds overseas due to card payments on overseas virtual asset exchanges. And then we've got Crypto for Advisor, digital assets in 2023. Are you ready to talk about crypto investment with your clients? CoinDesk speaks about. And this is really gearing up for that ETF and advising financial advisors to have that in their package, because it's an inflation beta, right? And India's digital rupee crossed 1 million transactions in one day with some help from banks. CoinDesk has viewed a letter dated in December 29th by Reserve Bank of India, RBI Governor Das, to staff that said the usage of the e-rupee excited the milestone of 1 million transactions in a day on December the 27th, 2023. A spread letter from one of the banks participating in the e-rupee pilot said it had been encouraged it to deposit employee funds and benefits using the CBDC rather than the use of the existing currency. CBDCs come in, people. And then we have Protocol Village, EOS focused VC investments, or VC invests in EZ Swap for gaming and smart inscriptions. The latest in blockchain technology upgrades, funding announcement and deals for the period of January the 4th to the 10th. And then we've got First Mover Americas explains Bitcoin's sudden drop. Again, as we say, market liquidations, bullish Bitcoin markets. City Alamini founder starting up to offer Bitcoin securities that don't need green lights from SEC. RDCs aim to address the institutional desire to Bitcoin investments that may not be satisfied by ETF spot. And then we have Nigeria Central Bank flashes out new rules allowing crypto firms access to bank accounts. Big deal. Bitcoin ETFs could spark huge BTC trading. Market appears up to the task. So that's quite reassuring. And we've got Cathie Wood's ARK Investment offloads 25 million of Coinbase shares. Coinbase Nasdaq listed stock fell 2.9% Wednesday. We know that was hit pretty hard, but it's bounced back now. Guys, if you're in Coinbase, I put out a short of a pattern that you know, that age old, your first pattern that you'll ever learn, the head and shoulders, and then you learn how to invert it, and then you can see actually how often it does work. Some people say it doesn't work as often as it should do, but you know, that's arguable. It's a pattern like any other pattern. You know, it's going to have a specific success rate. With us, fairly successful. And that's just really identifying where the trend's going as well. And that pattern's just another indicator to just confirm all of that. So, I believe we're looking at, from where I said, 400%. Easy. I mean, if you hold this, if things go as well with Coinbase as they should do, now that, let's just say, Binance are out of the way, then Coinbase could be huge. I mean, think about it. They're a custodian. You know, they're a crypto exchange, and they're trying to cross all the T's and dot the I's. Yeah. and I feel like it's quite possible that Coinbase shares, could easily do a 10x over the next decade, right? So just think about that, 10x over the next decade, and that's something that you can have in your ISAs if you're from the UK, or your 401k, is it, in the United States, right? So you've got that tax gain advantage there, right? Worth thinking about. Bitcoin ETFs could start that rally, and again, Cappy was up. ARK Investment drops those Coinbase shares. I bet she brought them right back up. Expect Fed rates cuts, support, bull case in Bitcoin, but there could be a catch. So Fed rates are expected to drop this year. So Fed rate cuts, it's quite clear. In the minutes, there was an indication that that's what would happen. But actually, the 10-year yield rose yesterday to about 4%, which is fine. So that is our look ahead for this year. My pledge to you is to try and deliver you more and more weekly news like this at the end of the week, or towards the end of the week, more like a Thursday, Friday, if not maybe a couple of shorts during the week, and even maybe a couple more videos during the week if I can do it. But let me just say this, it's all about our new app, and people, I want you to use it. We need more accounts coming in, right? We need to build this. We've got Zioncoins that's turning liquid, currently trading at 7 cents. We've only got 140 trust lines. This coin's been around since 2018, but we've been building on it. I haven't really been marketing it, I haven't really been pushing at it, but we've got an app out, Zig3 V2, where you can create a trust line for this app. You can't swap at the moment, you'll have to use another exchange for that, or another exchange interface for that, like Stellarport or LumenSwap. They're good. We're going to do a LumenSwap integration. In any case, I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Click me up there to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day now.